Human mechanic never thought a chained alien dragon and her hatchling would be abandoned on a broken moon. The call came through as a routine salvage request. Abandoned shipwreck. Broken moon sector. Hazard class. Yellow. Garen Voss, ex-military mechanic turned deep-orbit junker. Didn't expect much. Maybe a few scorched thruster coils, a melted AI core, or if he was lucky, intact fusion cells. He never expected a chained alien dragon, and certainly not one with a hatchling. His boots thudded across the fractured metal floor of the derelict vessel, oxygen hissing from tiny hull leaks. The moon below was split open like a cracked egg, its gravity weak and fractured. Inside the main cargo bay, something growled. At first, Garen thought it was a ship's failing reactor, but then he saw it. A massive alien dragon, bound by electrified manacles bolted to the floor. She was curled around a smaller shape, something limp and trembling. A hatchling. Her scales, usually iridescent and reflective like molten silver, were dull and scored with laser burns. Her breath rattled with pain. One wing was torn, but her eyes, those massive golden eyes, locked onto Garen with a fierce, defensive fire. She didn't growl again, just stared. Easy, Garen said, dropping his plasma wrench and raising his hands. I'm not here to hurt you. The hatchling made a weak chirp. Garen's heart clenched. They left you here, didn't they? The dragon's mental voice, hoarse and shaking, pulsed into his skull. You are not them. He flinched. You can speak. Only to minds that listen. He stepped closer, scanning the restraints. Tech branded, human made, high security, not for transport, for imprisonment. You were property, he muttered, bitter. They used you, and when the ship failed, they just left you. The mother's body trembled, not from fear, but from pain. Her hatchling nudged her weakly, whining. Let me help, Garen whispered. She didn't answer, but she didn't stop him, either. It took hours. The tools he carried weren't meant for this level of cruelty. Each restraint was fused to the floor and sealed with dual encryption. He cracked one after another while whispering gently, trying to keep the hatchling calm. As he worked, the mother shared flashes, memories, chains, laboratories, cold metal rooms, the pain of being harvested, experiments, screams, hairs and others, and the final memory, the crash, the humans fleeing, leaving her and her baby behind on a dying moon. You're free now, Garen said finally, unsealing the last shackle. The dragon's limbs trembled, her wings stretching weakly. Why? She asked. Why risk this? Garen looked at the hatchling, now nestled under her wing. Because you didn't deserve this. He didn't just leave them. He carried the hatchling to his shuttle, helped the mother limp after them, modified the entire rear cargo hold, reinforced the hull, pressurized the air, adapted the gravity to her weight. He fed them, repaired her wing as best he could, let the hatchling chew on his boots. The mother, she told him her name was Zyeth. The hatchling, barely a week old, was Tav. They spoke rarely, but they understood each other, more than words could ever manage. 3 weeks later, the Galactic Peace Mission issued a bounty notice. Last surviving specimen of Subject Zyeth, Class Omega, escaped custody, armed and dangerous. Hatchling classified as Tier Red. Garen stared at the screen, then at the sleeping pair in his cargo hold. He turned off the comms and deleted the message. No one was taking them. One night, as the stars stretched endlessly beyond the viewport, Zyeth raised a head. We are not yours to protect, human. Yet you did. Garen chuckled, tired but content. I fix broken things. You were just the most important thing I've ever fixed. Not fixed, she corrected. Freed. She stepped closer and touched her forehead to his chest, a rare gesture in dragon culture. one reserved only for bonded kin. You are packed now, blood and fire. When the bounty hunters came, they expected to find a rogue beast and her cub. They didn't expect a warship modified with dragon plating. They didn't expect a human mechanic standing beside a fully recovered Zayef, flames building in her chest. They never stood a chance. The galaxy would come to know the ship called the Fire Nest, piloted by a rogue human and his adopted alien dragon family. But it all began on a broken moon, where someone listened.